This episode of Pop Cult Parent is brought to you by Young King Hair Care. Young King Hair Care is a multicultural grooming company for young men. Leveraging plant-based ingredients, Young King creates clean products to promote textured health and growth. Inspired by their son Cade, husband and wife team Cora and Stefan launched this company in December 2019 with the mission to redefine male grooming for the next generation of Black and brown men, giving them the confidence they need to be their best selves 24/7, 365. My two sons have been using Young King Hair Care products since they launched, and I highly recommend everything, especially their leave-in conditioner. Featured on Good Morning America, Shark Tank, Essence, CNBC, and more, Young King can currently be found in the shelves of over 15,000 Target, Walmart, and CVS stores, as well as Amazon. And just for members of Pop Cult, use the discount code PopCultParent to receive 15% off your order at YoungKingHairCare.com. That's PopCultParent, one word, to get 15% off your order.
What up, internet? Who you are, where you be, where you at, what you see. This is Pop Cult Parent, your favorite podcast that talks about life, pop culture, and everything in between. I'm one of your hosts, Mark M.F. Jones, and I'm joined by...
This is Niels D.R.Y.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we're back at it again with another One Piece check-in. One Piece has been going at it, has been taking the world by storm. There's an official One Piece day now. I think One Piece turned 27, 25, something like that. It's old. It's
grown.
It
has
grown.
bills.
It has goals. One Piece is thinking about his 401k.
One Piece saving up for a mortgage.
Yeah.
Stressed out, looking at interest rates.
Looking at engagement rings.
Yeah.
Look at One Piece done get married. Way to go, One Piece.
I was worried about One Piece. One Piece out here now.
Go on. Calvin's got a job. But look, we're gonna get into it. There's so many things happening with the live action show on Netflix. The anime has been like batting at 100, and things in the manga are really ramping up. So we're just gonna get into it. Now, we're gonna start with this live action cast and just our, what's happening with the live action show. But like, take it away, brother. What do you gotta say about this?
And I'll say real quick, y'all, we're going to talk about, like, we're caught up on all this stuff. So
Yes.
We will spoil things. If you are not caught up on like the news on the live action, or where the anime is now, or the manga, just know you sign off when we get to those places, because we're going to talk about them. Well, brother, the live action, I just got to tell you, I think last time we had a One Piece check-in, I said I am pleased. I'm pleased, brother. They are killing it. There are 4 announcements that we're going to talk about. And then we can also talk about like what the season will cover, because I think they officially released that too. So let's start off with the casting. First and foremost, we have Dr. Haralook, who is cast, and I apologize for my pronunciation for everybody's names, but I believe this brother's name is Mark Haralook. The name is very close to Haralook.
He was born to play this dog. He was born to play it.
He looks familiar. He's one of those like journeymen in Hollywood, but I vividly remember him from playing God in Preacher, and Preacher was my show. So like Preacher was on FX, and he played God, and God is like God, but also like a jerk in Preacher. And so he was funny in it, but yeah, that's Dr. Haralook.
A lot of people might remember him. He was the Blackfish in Game of Thrones. Yes, so he was Catelyn Stark's uncle.
No, you lying.
Yeah, that's right. He was Kat's uncle. He was the Blackfish. He was the one when Jaime went to what that castle's called, but Jaime went there, and then Brienne.
Are you sure you're not talking about Crocus's character? We talking about Haralook.
I am talking about Crocus. Yes.
Yeah, Haralook wasn't in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm gonna shut up now.
That's Dr. Haralook. We're excited. I mean, he only got one line he needs to nail, Mark. He only needs to, you're
Your
shopper.
dreams shopper.
All I
A
need is
man's
that.
dreams.
I need to make it a GIF, and that's gonna be what I use when I'm talking
Cherry
to anybody.
blossoms. I'm bringing cherry blossoms to Drum Island. Your dreams shopper.
He has the hardest and the easiest job. All he gotta
That's all I
do,
want from him.
all he gotta do is nail that.
Dog,
And
all
I
I want
better
from
see whatever that puppet or CGI bawling their ass off. Like
I was gonna say the same thing.
Tears.
I only need two things. I need that your dream chopper, and then I need whatever that chopper. If it's a puppet, a kid, like
Uncontrollable sobbing, trauma-infused sobbing. That's what I need from this brother. So they do that, and I'm sure they will. They do that. Job well done, sir. Easiest and hardest paycheck you ever earned. So that's Dr. Harold.
They give him a script and it's just like your dreams, chopper. That's it. He's like, it's just the same thing.
He's like, but I'm in like 40 minutes of this episode. They're like, it doesn't matter. This is your motivation.
This is acting.
They show him. They show him just that clip of the anime. It's like 30 seconds long.
He's like, I get it.
And they're like,
I get it.
Watch this.
I get it now. I know. He goes to Oda. He's like, thank you for this responsibility.
Oh man. Whatever. That's part of why I like Drum Island. Like honestly, just that. Okay. Another person in Drum Island has been cast, and that is Dr. Correja, or Dr. Reen is her nickname.
This is a pull, man. Oh.
Katie, what's it?
Seagal.
Katie Seagal, bruh.
Like
Peg Bundy. You know
Leela.
what I'm saying? What is it? Sons of Anarchy.
Yes.
Futurama. You just said Leela. Like, bruh.
In One Piece. In One Piece, dog.
She would be an amazing voice actor.
Yeah.
For Dr. Correa. Let alone actress for Dr. Correa. Like,
she's gonna crush it. She's gonna crush it.
And you know what? Jamie Lee would have been a perfect casting.
Oh, yeah. This role. Without a doubt.
Jamie Lee, this is a great second choice, in my humble opinion. She is going to kick butt in this role. She is Dr. Correa.
Yeah.
You got to be sassy, like just know everything, but just have a heart. And Katie Seagal does that in every role she's in.
I think she's going to pull, I forget what her name was in Sons of Anarchy. I should know that because I watch that show all the time, but I think she's going to pull a lot of energy from that character. That character was a very kind of mother figure, very wise, but I'll kick your ass. Like, don't play with me, So this is I couldn't believe they pulled her. I thought she's a little bit above this.
Hey. We here now, bro. We here now. We getting Katie Seagal in the show.
Yeah, Katie Seagal money, dog.
We in here, yeah, bro. Netflix is like, yo, what you want? What you want?
You want Katie Seagal?
You want Katie Seagal? We got you.
I was like, Katie Seagal? Like,
we ain't on Jamie Lee Curtis level yet, though. We still
I mean, okay. I want to believe in my head canon. I want to believe she would have done it. She's a big One Piece fan, and her grandkids wanted her to do it. I want to believe the rumor that the schedules didn't line up.
Oh, that's all. Yeah, bro, she loves One Piece.
Yeah,
she loves.
I feel like she would have found a way to do it. Like,
she's going to be in One Piece.
Yeah,
who knows what she plays, but she's gonna be in One Piece.
I was talking to you. I think she could either play. Who's the woman who's also a vice admiral?
Oh, that old lady admiral, the one. Yeah. So there's two. The one that's cool with Sengoku.
Yeah.
Yeah, her. Yeah.
She could probably play her.
Garp. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then maybe she could probably play. I forget her name. The chick who's at the bar with Rayleigh.
Oh yeah, but she's deceptively young looking though.
That's true. She's older. Yeah, you're right.
She's supposed to be deceptively young looking.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, why not have her play Big Mom? Why not have her play Big Mom?
Nels.
Why not have her play Big Mom?
I'm like, the wheels are turning. I'm like, Jamie Lee Curtis going, mama.
Why not have her play Big Mom? She would kill that. She would kill that. I know you're thinking like, yeah, but what about the makeup? Like, or the prosthetics. Who cares? We got
cares?
years to figure that out.
Have you seen the actress playing Alvita?
Yeah, she slimmed up.
She lost a lot of weight.
She slimmed up.
Is that did she do it for One Piece, or did she do it for her health?
We'll never know.
Both are important.
Both are important. Hey, who doesn't do stuff for One Piece? All right. A lot of us are living out here just for One Piece. All right?
Dog, she was done after like the first episode. She's like, all right, bye, everyone. Oda showed up to her door. He's like, now we train. like her and Oda on a mountain.
He's like, oh, you haven't read the next arc? Read this. He hands her the volume of Lockdown. He just walks away.
Training starts tomorrow.
The next time he sees her, she's already lost 10 pounds.
Yeah.
She's like, I understand, Oda Sensei. Anyways, we got Katie Seagal. So Drum Island's gonna be dope. We can talk more about the episodes, but I'm looking forward to it. Now let's talk about Alabasta royalty. Cobra is being played, and I'm gonna mess his name up, but Sendil Ramamurthy, and what I know him as is Mohinder Suresh in the show Heroes. Dr. Mohinder Suresh. Mohinder is one of the main characters in Heroes. Heroes is an ABC show. It was from like 2006 to 2010. It had like either 4 or 5 seasons or so. Heroes was my show, Mark.
Yeah, it was in that era where every show that came out was kind of trying to be lost.
Yes.
Like every network's like, you need a loss, we need a loss, everyone get your loss together.
It was Lost and X-Men mixed into one. And it was very good. It did not age that well, but it's still, man, that was my jam. It was a great show. It got bad, but when it was good, brother, it was great. It was great. And this man can act his tail off, yo. I've enjoyed him in everything he's in. And this is right up his alley. He's going to kill it as Cobra. He's going to kill it.
I'm taking it back to Heroes. Never got into Heroes. I missed that boat. I was a lost head. It was like lost or nothing else. Should I go back? Should I go back and watch Heroes?
I would say yes, because there's just some characters in there, like their main villain. He's like dynamic. I mean, so the main villain is called Sylar. He is Spock in like our new generation of Star Trek.
In the JJ Star Trek.
The JJ Star Trek. Okay. And let's say when they casted him as Spock, I was like, oh, he's going to kill it. And you've seen, I have full confidence. In anything that brother can do. That's how good of a job he did in Heroes.
Okay.
And I think there's a few folks from Heroes that I'm just like, they can act. And funny enough, the stars on Heroes aren't even that strong of actors. It's these other folks like Mohinder, Sylar. There's some folks in there that are just acting their tail off. Okay. And right. I think it's cool.
We'll give Heroes a rewatch. All right.
It might be worth it. When on the break weeks of One Piece, it might you might want to dabble in it a little
bit. Got you. Okay. No, man, I'm excited. Like I said, I never watched Heroes. I don't really know this brother's, performance, but I'll take your word for it. The one thing I saw like online was everyone's like, this man is 50 years old. Like they're just like, the nerve of him for like, how dare he? He's 50. Look like a 50-year-old man. I was just like, yo.
That brother is aging well, man. He looked just like that when he was playing in Heroes. He ain't changed a bit. He's like, what y'all want from me, bro? I'm trying to be old. All right, I need to work.
Dog, I don't know nothing about this dude, but that's all I saw online. Like, how dare you? You're 50. Be old.
Yo, seriously though, he looked exactly like how he looked in Heroes. I don't know what he's been doing for the past 14 years. But good for him. Good for him. And then, Mark, my favorite Straw Hat, up until I realized she wasn't going to be a Straw Hat, was Nefertari Vivi, bro. That was my favorite. You know this because I talked to you about this. I was just like, yo, I love Vivi. Vivi's dope, man. We have gotten the casting from Nefertari Vivi, and I'm going to mess her name up as well. Shatiri Chandra,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know too much about her except she was a star on like the last, like maybe 2 seasons ago on Bridgerton, and Bridgerton's
Yeah.
like a big deal. But from what I have seen, she's going to kill it.
Yeah. I
She's
asked my
going to
wife
kill it.
because my wife watched Bridgerton. I was like,
Mhm.
"Hey, what can you tell me about this girl?" She's like, "She's good." She was like, "She's good. She's good. You're gonna be all right." And like, look,
You're like,
I mean,
thanks, wife.
she's good. She's
Thank you.
good.
You know I care.
Thank you, wife. But dog, I mean, when I saw her, I was like, yo, perfect, man, perfect. That we got a little bit of the internet being the internet,
Bruh.
and like,
Smart.
why isn't she white? The original art. First of all, let's talk about
Can
this
we
whole thing for a second.
yeah, bro, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this.
Anime characters aren't like I think that the people think because the way they look that they're white people. It's not necessarily they are or they aren't. It's like I saw a video about this before. It's kind of like it's a way to make your anime characters more like marketable and like kind
Hmm.
of universal. Because it's like you can draw everyone to look Asian. You can draw everyone to look like this or whatever, or you can like make a character that people can imprint themselves or whatever on. So like, you know, Alabaster is supposed to be a Middle Eastern type nation. I don't know what exactly it's based off of. I don't know if Oda ever
Yeah. I
says.
mean, it's definitely a combination of like Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and
Yeah,
like South Asia. So that's like,
yeah,
your Pakistan, your India. Like
exactly.
it's
It's like a mixture
that
of
whole
all
area.
those.
Hmm.
Exactly. So like I have no problem with this. And dude, we talked about this before. I don't know necessarily on this podcast. I feel like if a character if who a character is, if their race or their gender has nothing to do with their story arc, then casting and stuff doesn't really matter. Like T'Challa has to be a black man because of
Yes.
what and who Black Panther is. Wonder Woman has to be a woman because of like what the Amazons are, what they represent, their dynamic with man's world. Bruce Wayne can be anybody.
Yeah. I think
Well, because he's
I think
rich.
Bruce Wayne's a white man.
He's white.
I think
Okay,
Bruce Wayne's a white man.
let me. Peter Parker.
There we
I
go.
mean, we got Miles Morales, but Peter Parker could be anybody. The Fantastic Four, that could be
It's gotta be four of them.
anybody. It's four of them. They're from New York.
Hmm.
Take your pick. That could be anybody. They could be each one of them could be a different race if you wanted to.
Yeah.
So I mean, you and I, we don't really like get riled up about these things, but like I saw a little bit of this. What I was seeing from the One Piece fans, they're like, "Money, we in there, let's do this." And then people who are just like, the original tending artist, blah blah
Bruh,
blah.
Mark, we don't get riled up, but this pushed me on the edge a little bit. Like, bruh, I'm convinced that some of y'all are either bots or
Yeah.
something else. Cause like there's no way this many people are actually this racist. Like I am convinced. I
Well,
read somewhere that
no.
somebody's like, I get not picking an Egyptian, but why pick somebody so dark skinned? And I almost flipped. I was, what are we saying right
But
now, bruh?
yo, I think that's people's issue. I think the actress is of Indian, or is
Yeah.
she of Indian descent?
Yeah.
If she was light skinned, I don't think there'd be a problem, or there'd
And
be
here's my
less of
thing.
an issue.
Here's my thing. The author handpicked her to play
Exactly,
Vivi.
exactly.
Oda decides what the race of the character is. He hasn't put anywhere what Vivi's race was. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, I don't think it's on any SBS.
Yeah.
But like, and also, Mark, One Piece is not a real world. I know it's real in our hearts, but it's not a real world. Alabasta can be anywhere Oda says it is. And you know what? He said the people there look like Vivi. Right?
Yes.
The people there look like the person he cast for Cobra. That's what he says, and that's it. Y'all can't go on to Oda. Like you can't. It's
and
Oda.
that's why I'm like, yo, people, because Netflix has there's a lot of, and some of this is well deserved criticism for Netflix, where it's like, I don't know if you've seen those memes where it's like the anime, and it'll be like, I don't know, it'll be like, we'll just say it's Deku, right? And it's like the anime, and it's Deku, and then it's like Netflix adaptation, and it's like, it's like
a hamster running
it's
through
like, yeah,
in a
like
wheel. Yeah, it's
right.
terrible. It's terrible.
And so,
Yes.
but that's well deserved, because Netflix has been not hidden with all these anime adaptations, right? But Oda is involved. Oda picks these people to represent his characters. So it's like, he's the creator. I don't think Oda is making any of these decisions for wokeness, right? And I hate to even
This
use
is
that
just how
word.
these characters look in his
Yes.
head.
Yes.
And he's just like, ooh, yeah,
You.
that's Vivi. That's Vivi. He looked at Luffy and was like, that's Luffy.
That's you,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? And it's like, and you know what? When we watch them play these characters, we all are like, if you remember how you felt when you watched the first season, you're like, that's Luffy. That's Luffy. And like, oh, that's Zoro.
We
That's
said
Nami.
it constantly. All the actors, they understood the assignment. There was never once where I saw anyone do anything that I was like, that character would not do or say that thing.
Nope.
Never
And if
once.
anything, it was refreshing to see it done in live action, because I'm like,
Yeah.
yep, I figured Mihawk would be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
and so you see Oda's like handprints in there, and that's why, Mark, I'm convinced all of these are bots. I am convinced this ain't real people, because like you wouldn't like, if you like One Piece, if you know Oda, you ain't batting an eye. You like, can't wait to see it.
And
that's what you're thinking. You
can
may
I
be
be
like,
a little?
oh, I thought they were Egyptian. Oh well, can't wait to see it.
Oh well,
that should have been your train of thought.
And
like,
can I be a little shallow? Can I be a little shallow? One Piece has a lot of beautiful women in it. Vivi's one of them. This woman is gorgeous. Like, she is gorgeous.
She looks like a princess.
She looks like a princess.
She looks like royalty.
What do you want?
What do you want?
Come on.
I don't know. Bots, bro.
Yeah.
Bots.
I have no doubt she's going to kill it. She's already in Netflix. I mean, my wife says she's good on Bridgerton.
I might watch Bridgerton. Just to get it. That's how much I love One Piece, bro. I might watch Bridgerton just
to understand, to see what you're getting into.
Last thing when it comes to the anime is we officially got what they're gonna cover.
Yes.
From the story in the live action. And funny enough, Mark, you actually said this in the last episode. You said, bet they're gonna do Logtown, Reverse Mountain, Whiskey Peak, Little Garden, and Drum Island, and they'll wrap it up with Drum Island. And that's exactly what Oda said they were going to cover.
It's so much. Alabaster much. Alabaster might. I don't know if they'll make Alabaster its own season, but it's so much. You need, I think, to do Alabaster right, you need at least 5 episodes, maybe 4,
Can we talk about that for a minute?
Yeah.
Like, what are the milestones that you would cover in Alabaster for it to be like those episodes? Because I think Alabaster could be done in 2 episodes. Now that's a rush. And I don't
Luffy
know if they'll
fights
do a great
Croc,
job.
What, 3 times?
I think you could do 2 of those fights in 1 episode.
You could. You know what I'm saying? Could. Well, here's what. Okay, so I think you got to cover like the arrival, you know, all that stuff,
and then just like seeing the world of Alabasta and seeing how.
Yeah, you got to get my boy Perfect Camel
works in there.
Perfect Camel, you got to get him in there.
Perfect Camel. You don't, but
no,
you don't need the Perfect Camel in this.
No, you don't
need the
this.
duck. I want that duck in this show.
No,
not the Perfect Camel.
I need in live action the Straw Hats jumping that camel and curb stopping that camel. I need to see that in live action, because in the anime, I love that scene. That is so funny. I gotta see it in live action.
That's
I need
not
to
happening,
see
Mark.
the actor play Luffy, Sanji, and Zoro. Curb stopping the camel. I think Usopp.
Usopp was in there as well. Usopp got some links in as well.
I need it. I need it, man. I need it.
I don't think that's happening, by the way. But go ahead, please.
You got to
Continue.
establish who's the young boy who was Vivi's friend.
Oh yeah. I forgot his name.
You
too,
got to
with the
establish
scar.
him.
You got to go to that town that is like it had water in it. It's gone, and that old man is like trying to find the water. You got to do that part.
There's a lot. There's a lot to do in Alabaster. You got to like in all the fights. You got to do like.
When they got captured, that's a big deal.
Yes,
that's a big deal.
Yeah, when they get
that's
captured,
an episode in itself, and Smoker's involved.
Because I think that's the first time we see sea prism stones, right?
That is the first time. No. It's not the first time because it's in Logtown because Smoker's staff is made out of sea prism stone.
True. Facts.
So,
but yeah, you got to do that. You got to introduce Robin.
Yeah.
You know,
but you do that during the capture scene when they all get captured.
Yes,
in that town. Yeah.
So I mean, I think at least 3.
You got to cover the sand. What's the sand that turns like rain? That makes rain there.
Yes, yeah.
Whatever that is.
And then there's a lot of character development with This is so bad. This is how bad One Piece is so long. We can't remember anyone's name, but Vivi's like. And Cobra's bodyguard, the dude could turn into an eagle.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta do backstory there.
The jackal.
You know, there's gonna be some backstory with like young Vivi and Alabaster.
They gotta do Vivi's backstory.
You know, so there's
an episode in itself. There is a lot. Okay, there's a lot. There's a lot. I still want them to end with Jaya. Like, I think that idea you had.
This is the first big arc of One Piece, right? This is the first big one. So like you gotta establish some time to it. I wouldn't be surprised if they did. And then even when Alabaster is done, you gotta do like, you know, the celebration, the feast, and then like the leaving of Alabaster, you know, the exes. You gotta do that, you know.
That can be an episode. Just them leaving Alabaster, that could be an episode.
So yeah.
You got to do the fist. I can't wait to see that. I can't. We still got to get through this season.
But I got to have my Straw Hats curb stopping that camel. I got to see. Pervy.
I don't want you to be disappointed. Just set your expectations so low, Mark.
I just love how petty. This is an animal, grown men.
Yeah. When I got to that part, you were like, "Did you see it?" You didn't even try to explain. You're like, "Did you see it?" And you made me look at it a few times.
I love it.
I also laughed very hard.
I love it. And then there's some Ace stuff, right? In Alabaster.
There is Ace in Alabaster.
Yeah, like, so
Alabaster's gonna be a huge season.
Yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot to cover, man.
It's like there was a lot that they had to do to make season 1 good. Season 2. Your dream shopper, they really just have to do that.
Well, Laboon, your boy Laboon.
Oh God, bro. They gotta kill Laboon and the introduction of Crocus. That needs to be intense and ridiculous at the same time. Laboon, and then your dream shopper. That's it. That's it. Like everything in between, I'm gonna enjoy. I'm sure they're gonna kick butt in Little Garden and Whiskey Peak. Yeah. I know those are gonna be great.
Well, here, then let's go and talk about what season 2 is going to cover. You know, Logtown. We got to get the Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, Usopp. I'm done. Like, you know, and then the lightning saving them. We got to get Smoker's.
We're going to see Dragon.
Going to see Dragon. You know, I think because the pacing of this thing. You know, I sent you something where they said like Barto was cast, but I think it was fake, right? Yeah. Here's the thing, though. I think they're going to take an opportunity in Logtown to introduce on the sly some more characters, because in a flashback, didn't we see in a flashback Barto was actually at Logtown, and that's where we first saw Luffy?
I don't know, but like he was in the East Blue or somewhere, and like Luffy is the one that inspired him.
I felt like it was at Logtown where he saw Luffy.
It might have been Logtown.
So, you know, we got a lot to cover, man. When do we first see Ace?
We first see Ace in Alabaster, I think. No. He leaves Drum Island, doesn't he? He like leaves Drum Island.
Well, doesn't he? Because before all the Straw Hats meet Ace, don't Luffy and Ace run into each other?
Yeah, but that was in Alabasta.
That was in Alabasta. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
All right, yeah, I'll look this up later. I gotta find it when we first see Ace. But
Okay, so then
I
that's in
would say
Alabasta.
so Logtown is a lot. That's
Yeah.
definitely a lot for them to cover, and they're gonna have to like leave
So you
Logtown
got
with
Buggy,
Smoker chasing
Alvida's
them.
coming back,
Yep.
Smoker, Dragon, Luffy almost getting executed.
If I was them,
Real quick,
I would
Zoro
sneak some
Zoro gets his
new
new
sword.
swords in
Yep.
Locktown, you know?
Yep. And he meets Tashigi.
Yep.
And I would sneak in some Baroque works. I'd have some Baroque works in every episode.
Yeah.
And I'd have Kobe's training art in this season.
True. Facts.
So
Facts.
those are the two things that I would do. But Reverse Mountain, that's gonna be fun. Like I
Yeah.
think that's gonna be an episode in itself, like Reverse Mountain and Laboon.
Mm-hmm.
But that's gonna be fun. I'm going
Yeah.
to enjoy that one.
That'd be a
Because
good
they're
one.
also gonna go to the Calm Belt and
Yes.
we're gonna see some more sea monsters. And then, Reverse Mountain. So and hopefully it answers some mysteries because Reverse Mountain is so mysterious. We don't ever talk about Reverse Mountain and how it works and operates.
Yeah.
That don't make no sense. So we'll
Duh.
see.
And then we're gonna get
Whiskey Peak.
Whiskey Peak. So
That's just gonna be an action-packed show.
That's gonna be a fun one.
That's gonna be real fun.
Are
And
you
then we're
thinking
gonna
they're
see
gonna
Luffy
do?
and
Oh, my bad. I was like, are you thinking they're gonna do the Luffy thinking Zoro attacked all those people?
yes, bruh. That's gonna be the climax of the episode.
Okay.
We're gonna see a Luffy Zoro fight. Yes.
Nice. I love that. I just love Zoro's like, hey man, what's going on? And he's like, you attacked all these people.
They fed us food.
Luffy, they gave us food, Zoro. Food. I love it because the brilliance of that scene is it's like if they didn't give us food, Luffy would be like, "Oh, what's up, Zoro?" Like, "Oh, what you doing, dog?" But no, they gave us food. How
Damn,
dare
Zoro,
you?
whooped a lot of ass. But no, they fed Luffy. Luffy's like, bro, we gotta shoot the ones. We gotta shoot the ones. I can't stand for that, bro. You're a monster.
You're a monster. But so we're gonna and then we get BB's introduction. It's gonna be nice, man. It's gonna be good.
Mm-hmm. And then Little Garden. I mean, Little Garden is that's gonna be great. We're gonna get the reason I know Little Garden is gonna be good is because when I was first watching One Piece, back when they were on Syrup Village, like Usopp's, that was the worst like part of the East Blue saga for me. Like I was just
Are you talking about live action or anime?
No, anime.
Okay.
I was just like, man, I just need to like hurry up and get
through
this. Like, I wasn't feeling it. That was my favorite episode of the live action. So if they took the thing that I liked the least and made it my favorite, Little Garden was the one that was like, I was like, man, Mr. Three's powers get on my nerve. The Giants are cool, but like, let's move on to the story, bro. They're going to have that dude playing for Mr. Three and those Giants. It's going to be a ball, man.
We'll get some shine. Usopp's actor is going to get some shine. We'll see the Giants.
Crocodile's going to call Mr. Prince, so we're going to
hear Croc, get a little Mr. Prince. Yeah.
Yep.
They got to nail that. That's another thing they got to get right. Like,
and they will.
Is Little Garden when we first learn about? Is it Nolan the liar? Is that Little Garden? Or no, that's right before Skypiea.
Yeah, so it's got to be Giant.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Giant. So
I'm interested to see how they do the Giants, how they look, the dynamic. Because why I'm interested, because there's a lot of different proportion people in One Piece. People in One Piece be like this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm interested in how they like portray the Giants compared to like the size of the Straw Hats, how good the Giants look in this world. So I'm really interested to see how that works out.
It definitely will answer some questions of like, how, because the Giants are the biggest. Well, I guess what's his name? The guy from Thriller Bark, the huge guy. Oars is the biggest. But like the Giants, for the most part, are like the biggest that we'll see in the show. And so Whitebeard will only be in between that and why am I forgetting my guy's name? Kuma is only going to
Yeah.
be ever so
Yeah,
smaller
yeah,
than the
yeah.
giant. So yeah, it'll answer a lot of questions. And then last but not least is Drum Island, but we talked about Drum Island, so we didn't need to cover it again because it's really just one line and Warple. It's just
Yeah,
one
yeah,
line of
yeah.
that.
I'll just say this. I think Luffy's actor is gonna have to do some heavy lifting
Pun
on
intended.
Drum Island.
Like there's
Oh, yeah, pun intended,
yeah,
right?
he's literally
Um,
carrying two of the Straw Hats up a mountain.
yes,
Yes.
yes. I kind of I don't know if we'll do it. I would love to get that scene where Zoro sees Usopp when he's all swollen and he doesn't know what the hell he's looking at. Remember Usopp? I forgot Usopp got his head got like really big and swollen, and Zoro sees him and he's just like he's just like he doesn't recognize.
Yes. Yes.
You know.
Yes.
But Chopper, man, what do you think? Live action, puppet, both
I
CGI?
I want a puppet. Give me an Elmo looking an
Yeah.
Elmo looking Chopper, and hopefully it works and it's not too expensive and it's adorable and they sell
I
a bunch of stuff.
I think we're gonna get mocap. I think we're
Mm,
gonna get mocap like
and that's money, man. Sheesh.
I
That
mean
makes sense though. It makes sense. What are they
I
gonna
think
get a little kid? Or are they gonna get a little person? What do you think
I
they're
would
gonna
think
do?
like a little kid or a little person for when Chopper's regular, and then like the mocap actor for all the different points, you
Mm,
know. But I think just because of Chopper, like what he can do as a character, I if this was in the 90s or 80s, Chopper would be a puppet. But I think now and like scheduling and production costs, I think Chopper's gonna be CGI. I think
that's gonna
Brooke
be
will
some
probably be
money.
CGI too. And for real, it wouldn't surprise me if Frankie turns out to be post time skip. Frankie wouldn't surprise me if he's
Uh
CGI.
they'll probably be a little practical with Frankie because they
Yeah,
can't have half the Straw Hats be CGI. You know what I'm saying? So, and we already know how Jinbei's gonna look because we saw how some of those
yeah,
how the
yeah,
fishmen looked in the last one, Arlong's Park. So yeah, man, we'll see. We'll see.
yeah.
Well, that's the live action. We talked a bit about the live action, so maybe we
There's a
can speed
lot.
through these other two. Well, actually, the next thing we're talking about is the anime, and there's only two things that we're talking about. And there's just their moves. So
The moves, they're moves. They're not even
their
like they're
moves.
just moves.
They're like two one-hitter quitters, and that's what and we were gonna spend a good amount of time talking about it. But it's only two things. So
we'll go in chronological order of events.
let's go in chronological order.
Yeah.
So I'll start. I'll give context, which is we have been knowing for those who have been reading the manga that we are going to see Shanks go
Mm-hmm.
against Eustace Kid and the Kid Pirates. And I told you, Mark, I was like, I don't know how this is going to be a whole episode because in the manga, it was a page.
It's a page, barely a page.
It was a quick it was a quick, swift move, and the Kid Pirates were done.
The done,
And
gone, dog.
I will say, I'm curious on what you think, Mark. But so we're talking about Shanks's divine departure. Divine departure. We learn in seeing this that Shanks has adopted the move that was Goldie Rogers'
Yep.
like signature move.
He did it
And
on Odin when he first
yep,
saw Odin. Did it on Odin.
divine departure.
When Odin said, or was it Odin or Rod? I think Odin said, I smell a beast.
Yes, yes.
Talking about Roger, a person that I smell a beast.
And then what was it when he saw Whitebeard and Rogers?
Yeah. When they both clash,
Yeah.
monsters.
Yo, I'll never get over that. I'll never get over. That's always gonna be funny.
A man who can go toe to toe with Kaido, monsters.
That's never going to not be funny, yo. I don't care. That's never going to not be funny. Oh my goodness. And so he divine departures. So I mean, we all have seen this, but
yeah.
Why I think this is special, and I will say animation wise, it was done beautifully. I think like
Yeah.
an eagle made of Supreme Conqueror's hockey.
Yeah, it was the shape of an eagle. Yeah.
That's ridiculous. But like, I think why it looks beautiful, but why I think this was great is like this like helped us understand at least somewhat the raw power that Shanks has.
It's
Like we're supposed to walk away thinking, okay, Shanks is one of one. Like he is at the top.
Mhm.
Ain't nobody on that level. And this page or this like episode helps us understand that, like, okay, just in case you were wondering, he's the top.
You know, I was listening to a previous episode of ours when we're talking about, you know, the buildup, right? How Oda makes the buildup. To see characters do things where you're like, that dude's got it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about Shanks making Kaido turn around and not go to Marine Ford. And we're like, what is that? What happened? What does that mean? Now we get it. Now we get why Kaido turned
now
around.
We get it. Yeah, Kaido's like, come on, man. Hey, you gonna let me go? No.
Shanks like, turn around,
man,
dog.
All right, man. I didn't even really want to go like that. That's why.
It's the brilliance of this world because, dog, now we see why. Because, dog, Wano, Whole Cake Island, Big Mom, and Kaido are formidable. Like, they are problems. We see why now they joined forces. It's like, yeah, y'all got to join. Y'all, granted, it was Law and Kid, but Big Mom was like, you know, going at it with Law and Kid. Granted, it was two of them, but still, like, Shanks was done in a second. Like, Kid was gone. Like, didn't even get a move off.
Dog, think about it like this. When Kid fought Kaido, Kid like lost, but he became a prisoner and got stronger after that. He then fought Big Mom. Granted, he needed Law, and Law is the man, in my humble opinion. But they beat Big Mom. And Shanks one hit knocks him out, and the crew is destroyed.
Everything's gone.
The pirates no longer exist, bruh. What you mean? Like, what is that? What does that mean?
No, I love the Kid pirates. They're like, yo, they're like, take everything. Here's the poneglyphs. Here's my watch. We got food downstairs. Just leave. Just leave.
After one hit, bruh, they're like, it's over. It's sorry. Over. I no longer want to be a pirate. I don't know what we're thinking. Why did we come disrupt?
What was it in Friday when the dude tries to get his bike back from Depot and his dad's like, coming down here with these people.
Yep.
That was Kid's whole crew. That was Kid like, what you coming down here messing with these people?
Like, bro, you lost an arm last time you went against them, bro.
And it wasn't even him. It wasn't even Shanks that did it.
It was his man. It was his right-hand man. And the right-hand man was like,
I mean, they're over there.
Mess with me, I'm gonna take your arm. Like,
oh man, it was great. It was great. And then,
man, sorry, I'm just watching it over again in my head. Sheesh.
What makes it like so because it shows like Shanks like I guess Armada or whatever. They seem like pretty weak pirates. They're like, you're like, why would Shanks waste his time? But it's like, Shanks is like, hey man, you down with me, whatever. And his whole thing was like, yo, Kid. He wasn't even worried about. He's like, yo, Kid is gonna hurt those people, and I can't allow
kill them all.
He's gonna kill them all.
Going to kill all of them.
Yeah, and he's like, I can't allow that. And what I love about Shanks never underestimates anybody. Anybody. Remember when Ace met Shanks? He's like, oh, you trying to fight? Let's go. It's like, yo, slow down, dog. Like, I'm just like, I love it. Shanks is always
usually about that life. It's like, hold on.
No.
Let's talk a little bit first. It might get there, but let's talk a little bit.
So I love it, man. And like Shanks was like, no, I'm moving into action. And then the Giants, dog.
The Giants like
Shanks was like, yo, what is it? What was it when when Eminem was beefing with, I don't know if it was Ja Rule or Benzino, when he was like, you ain't even on my level. I'm gonna let D12 finish you. You remember that track? Like that's what
and
Shanks
then D12 did. Went in.
That's what Shanks did. He's like, yo, you know what? You ain't even on my level. I don't need
I'll let the two historically well-known, amazing legends of giant pirates do whatever that move is called and get you. And they did. They did. And it looked beautiful, Mark. this is how dare I say that One Piece animation was mid ever in my mouth? How dare I? Just such an ignorant person back then. This is some of the best things I've ever seen. You know, well, this was good, actually.
Yeah.
This was good because the next thing that we're gonna talk about.
All right, let's get into it.
So we just spent a good amount of time talking about how beautiful that move was. But I say it's okay compared to this next move we're talking about.
Do I use the word mid? Is it mid compared to what we
Yes.
No,
yes, it's
I'll just
mid
say this
compared to what we're going to
I'm gonna say
about.
This. When we saw Galaxy Impact, I text you. When the Galaxy Impact episode came out, I texted you and I was like, yo, kid got off easy. Kid, he got off easy compared to everyone else, dog.
Like Hachinosu, yeah, bruh. Oh, there's levels. so Shanks didn't put his whole arm in it. Because if he did, half the island would have been gone, bruh. So we knew in the manga, Galaxy Impact is ridiculous. Like Garp is like a small, tiny thing, and then there's just like a Kamehameha looking hockey wave.
Nels, before we even get there, let's just start. You know, we got sword agents, everything. Like we're in position, commander, or whatever, blah blah blah. Garp does this. I don't even know what you call it. He does this jump kick. He does a coup de burst, and just from the sheer like wind power of his kick, sends his ship into the air. Like what?
What was that? He could always do that. When did he learn how to do that? What was he trying where he was like, oh, we're just going to send the entire ship in the air and everybody will be okay? The hell you mean?
He didn't even hit anything. It was the wind power. It was like the wind. He didn't even touch anything. Dog, Garp's a real one.
Before he leapt to do Galaxy Impact, he started walking and then this like this just wave of hockey. Like he just said Kamehameha, like or Kaioken. It's like he just asked for the KO. Like what is that, bro?
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back a little bit. You know what's funny? I've always said to people, I think I even said it to you. I was like, yo, Garp's that dude. Garp is that dude. But I never had anything to like back it up with. I was just like, yo, Garp. Like even my coworker.
He did throw cannonballs. He did throw cannonballs.
He threw the cannonballs, right? But like even my coworker, he likes Garp. He watches the live action show. He really likes the character Garp. I was like, yo, Garp is that dude. I was like, Garp is the truth. But I never had anything to like really show it with until now. And we got and it's funny because Luffy always knew what this was.
Luffy knew.
If you go back to Water 7, right? When Garp shows up, what does Luffy say to his crew? Don't fight him.
He's too strong.
Don't do any. Stop. Everyone stop or we're going to die. Just stop.
Shook, bro. Luffy was shook.
We just took down Cypherpole. We just declared war on the world.
They survived the Buster Call, bro.
They survived the Buster Call, but don't fight my grandfather.
That man, you don't want it with him.
Bro. My almost octogenarian grandfather, put it down, Zoro. Stop, Sandy. Stop.
This man, like, yo, he could have saved Ace. He could have saved Ace. Like, come on, bro.
Should we talk about this?
Let's talk about it.
Why don't you think he saved Ace?
I think he regrets it, but at the end of the day, he was like, this is how your story was gonna end. Like, if you chose the life of being a pirate, this is how pirates end up. This is why I didn't want you to be a pirate. I wish it was gonna happen later on in life, but this is how your story is supposed to end. Like, this is the only way out. It's either we do it or the other pirates do it to you. So,
looking where we are now, I have a little theory. I think if Garp didn't have Kobe, he would have just been like, F it. he would have saved Ace, and like that would have been the end of his Navy career. I think with Sword, what he wants from Kobe, what he wants Kobe to be, what he thinks Kobe will be, I think that's why he couldn't jeopardize his naval career to save Ace.
Yeah, but he's seen the Navy do a lot of bad stuff. I mean,
But he says he's like, how dare you take Kobe? He's the future of the Navy.
the Navy,
I
yeah.
think Garp is like he sees
And my
something.
beloved pupil.
Yes, and I think if Garp saved Ace, which he probably could have done, then Navy career. That's it from what he wants from Kobe, what he wants Kobe to be.
Yeah.
You know, and I think he's like he it broke his heart, but he's like, Ace, this is the path you chose. And because he did ask him when they were talking, he's like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
He gave Ace that shot. He's like, what do you want from me? What do you want for me to do? You know, so and people like to hate on Garp. I think he would have, if Ace would have said save me, I think Garp would have done it. But
Ooh,
I think he would have done it. I think he would have done it. If Ace was like, Grandpa saved me, I think he would have did it.
He would have been like, oh, gotta save him.
Well, Galaxy Impact.
Yeah, Galaxy Impact.
So long,
Galaxy Impact.
So long for it's been real, Marine Ford.
And then he would have like taken him to another island and came back reporting to work. And they're like, bro, you can't do that.
He's like,
why?
You can't just come back. He's like, come on.
Come on now. Come on. What you mean?
But that's
but you knew he was Gold Rogers' son. So
come on.
I told y'all.
He's a kid. He's a kid. but we can get back to Galaxy. But I think like that's important to talk about how we got here, why Garp's doing this. Kobe is a prisoner, and Sword is there to get Kobe, and Garp's like, he's like, I gotta dust this off. I haven't used this in a long time. But you took my boy.
If you think about this man is so gangster. He is going to a island full of pirates. He knows they're all pirates there, and he knows it's Blackbeard's territory. And he was like, I'll just go get Sword. We like give me what's the Kobe's homeboy's name? Harmepo? Helmeppo. Yeah. He's like, he went to a base and was like, all I need is Helmeppo. Helmeppo, if y'all want to come too, cool, but I need Helmeppo. And we are going to go get Kobe. Bruh,
not only that, it's Blackbeard's island. All of Blackbeard's crew, who are like probably formidable, are there. It is an island full of pirates. Blackbeard is an emperor. And not only, this is an island where they put bounties on Marines. They don't play here. You know what I'm saying? They have no fear. Like, they get put bounties out on Marines. And Garp's like, all right, let's go. Like,
y'all want to ride?
Yep.
All right. I'm getting my boy.
I didn't want this. You asked for this.
But you know what? If I just had a couple of containers of Galaxy Impacts behind me, I'd probably walk with a little sense of urgency as well. Like I'd be like, yeah, I can do this. I can go up to an island. Bro, this man just has this in him, Mark. This entire show, he was capable of this. What? Bro. This man just dropped the bomb on them with his fist, bro. I've never seen that before. What?
Not world impact, not solar impact, not galaxy impact. The whole galaxy, the power of the cosmos in my hand.
What? Come on, bro. One hand did all that.
Bruh, no weapon, just hockey. Like, it looks beautiful. Like, well done. Like compared.
Yeah. They did a great job.
In the anime, this is what? Like, maybe a page or two? This move?
I think it's one page. Yeah. I think it's one page, honestly.
This joint was like an orchestra, like it was like an opera. It was like the space, it just turned into space for a couple of frames. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
I really appreciate that Toei understood the assignment.
Yeah.
They must have saw that and were like, and they just put Galaxy Impact on the wall. We're not leaving until we figure this one out.
The head art director, he sees, he just puts his hands down, pours himself a drink. Let's get to work. Just,
yes, man.
Daddy, when are you coming home? He's just like, I'm trying, son. I'm trying.
and like just a really sad moment. He's like, Daddy, what's going on? He's just hunched over the table. He's like, what is it, Daddy? And he just shows him the page of Galaxy Impact.
His wife, like, oh.
George, I did it. George. And he just looks at him and he's like, I have 2 months. Then he just slowly closes the door. They're just standing in the hallway seeing their dad. Oh my goodness, man.
Dog, this is the funny thing is in the manga, you're like, okay, I like, oh, this is strategic. Garp's gonna save Kobe. In the anime, I'm like, yo, Kobe's dead. Like, how does Kobe walk away? Why did you do this? Because you just killed everyone on the island.
Hey, Kobe's reaction is low-key hilarious. Because Kobe knows this man can do this.
Yeah.
So when he sees him, he's just like, I'm not worth it, bruh. Like, I'm not worth you, like, Galaxy impacting the island of pirates. He's like, for me, like, come on, that's hilarious, bro.
I'm surprised Kobe didn't look at all those pirates. He was like, run, get out of here.
It's like, you don't understand.
He's coming. We all
don't you care about your lives? Do you know what he can do? And bro,
get out of 80.
He's old. What was this man doing back in the day? Oh my goodness.
It's like, I love this because it just says so much about Garp. Garp should be probably running the Navy
yeah,
right now.
He should be Fleet Admiral. Absolutely.
But then
he should be retiring low key, actually.
But then he doesn't want to be. He has all this power, but he doesn't want to because he has other motives and he has a vision for the Navy. I love it, man. Garp's one of my favorite characters. Probably like my top 5 characters in One Piece.
And you know what, Mark? After Galaxy Impact, there's a lot more people who joined that list with you. There's a lot more people who joined you. I assure you.
Not only when he's doing the Galaxy Impact, this man is just like laughing hysterically. He's like, ah!
So happy, bro. Big old smile on his face, laughing hysterically as he murders people.
Half the island. And so it nails, and we can move on from this, but it's like, bro, what kind of demon was Rox? If this man and Roger had to team up to defeat Rox, what kind of evil? I don't know. What was Rox? Was he even a person?
It can't be like that. Like, it can't be that those two were going against one guy. I want to think that Rox, there's like a theory out there that Rox is Buggy's dad. And that's the theory I'm like prescribing to, which is like Rox was just a like quirky, goofy clown that knew how to recruit people. And it was really the fact that Gold, Rogers, and Garp had a team up to go against Whitebeard, Big Mom, Kaido, like all those folks, and Rox. Like, I think it was just that massive like force versus those two. Because if Rox could go toe-to-toe with Rogers and Garp, he was a monster. He was Joy Boy.
Yeah.
He was Joy Boy. Like,
I mean, I don't know if a prime Garp and a prime Rogers struggle against Big Mom, Kaido, and Whitebeard. I don't.
Things would have been destroyed.
Even when Roger fights Whitebeard, I always get this sense, and this is my own headcanon. Roger enjoys clashing with Whitebeard. It keeps him sharp. And he low-key, this is his friend. This is just how they do it. I don't think Roger has any intention on killing Whitebeard when they clash. They just like, this is how we do it. This is my boy. So like, I always feel like he's holding back a little. You know what I'm saying?
He's not angry.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
not is so it's like fighting because it's
Oh
fun.
God,
I
dog.
think
Angry Roger. I don't. We're not. Nah, don't even move on. Let's not even. Let's not even.
we might
God, I
get it
didn't even
one
think
day.
about that. Oh my
We might get it
goodness.
one day. That man was laughing as like I do think they were trying to kill each other, but like that's what makes it fun. But they were like in like laughing while they're enjoying it because they knew like this person can take it. Like I'm going to
Yeah.
try hard and this
For the
person
first time in my life, I have someone who I can like go all out on.
really let
Yeah.
loose. Yeah.
Yeah.
So all right, bruh. Well, real quick before we start, we pivot to the manga. I will name that. So there's a couple fillers coming out now, but after
Hmm.
those fillers wrap up, my favorite part of the Egghead art is coming up, which is the escape from Marie Joie, like Sabo's escape from Marie Joie.
Yes.
That is my
Yes.
favorite part of the arc, and we're going to get that. And a couple things. One, we're going to spoilers if you don't want to know, but we're going to finally hear Emu talk so we can
Yeah.
maybe be able to confirm some stuff. We'll see the Gorosei transform, or at least see a shadow of what the
Yeah.
Gorosei will become. And we're gonna get to hear Cobra talk about him being the D and whatever he was trying to tell Sabo. Like, that's a lot, bro. All in, like, I'm assuming they're gonna split it up. So it's probably
We're gonna
gonna be
see
like
Wapo being
two or
like,
three
I did not
episodes.
need to see this. Curse me for being here. I had
We'll
no
get to see
business
Vivi
being here.
again. Yeah, man. This is my favorite. This is gonna be my favorite. They're
Yeah.
probably gonna split it up to like 2 episodes or
Oh
more.
yeah. Yeah. No, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be really
Yeah.
good. Yeah, maybe we'll get some, depending on the voice actor for Emu. Is it a man? Is it a woman? Does Emu even have a gender? Might answer some questions. If Emu's voice actor turns out to be a woman, I'm leaning towards my theory of like Emu was in love with Joy Boy, but Joy Boy loved Lilith or Lily. I'm sorry, Lily.
Mhm.
So, but I don't know. Who knows, man? So much is gonna happen.
So much is gonna happen in those episodes, man. I can't wait. Anyways, last but not least, we got the end of the Egghead arc. And
Yes, sir.
I cannot get it out. Egghead arc in the manga, and the crew is going to Elbath. So, bro, I would love to kind of just talk about what you think about the arc as a whole.
Hmm.
And if you don't mind, I'll start. Part of it is, bro, I'm still like, I'm still kind of like tying a bow in the arc. So like, cause this is an important arc for me, bro. This is an important arc. Cause like, as a new One Piece fan, I have kind of just breezed through arcs. I haven't had to go week to week for an arc.
Yeah.
And this is like the first arc that like I am getting to see the end of week to week wise after being there from like beginning to end. And whew, I think this might be one of the I think this is like there might be only two arcs better than this arc, in my opinion.
So on that, because I didn't really read the manga until you got into One Piece. So I started reading the manga. And I said to you, I was like, man, this is fun, this is good. I don't know how I would have done reading Whole Cake week to week. You know, even the beginning of Wano week to week, I don't know. Like I would have been like, once you get into Wano, like I could see reading Wano week to week would have been like, oh man,
That would have been tough.
this
That
is
would have been
good.
tough.
But like the
For
beginning of Wano,
years.
yeah, the beginning of Wano week to week, that would have been tough. But dog, all of Egghead week to week, like has just been fantastic.
Great.
It's been great.
Great.
We've been
I've
getting
enjoyed it
lore.
all.
We've been getting lore. We've been getting good fights. We've been getting backstory. It not that it was a breeze, but like it just I never felt like anything was a waste. Like, oh man, really? This is what we're getting? Now, there were times where I wanted answers and Oda was like, not now,
Nah.
but like
And
all
I'm
of
going on break.
yeah, and I'm gonna go on a break, but like it all felt satisfying as
I,
reading it week to week.
I think the only thing that was kind of tough was Vegapunk's message. going week to week
Okay,
with
yeah.
Vegapunk's message.
Yeah.
I was just like, come on, bro. You kind of
Like,
said that. You ain't really say nothing there.
you could have
Like,
cut this
didn't
in
you say that
half.
last week? Like, you know, like,
He's like, well, in the beginning, next week. Like,
yeah.
and furthermore, next week.
And by the way, here's something you really want to know.
You're
Oh,
like, oh.
the message gets cut off. It's like, oh, dang, answer a question. So that was rough. That was
Yeah.
rough. I will say that.
The
That's
good
like,
was the good thing about the Vegapunk message though, because it was like it was waves, dog. Because like Oda would be like, he was like, "Oh, you're gonna tell us this?" And it's like, "Oh, next week." But then he would tell us something like really really dope. It's like the world's sinking next week. You're like, "Oh my god!" It's like next week, and I stubbed my toe one day. You're like, "Oh, I didn't need to know that," but you know what I'm saying? So he kept like really playing with. But I do think he stretched that out a little too long.
yeah, but I'm
You know,
sure if you read it straight through, it's probably like
yeah,
amazing.
it's probably well
I might
paced.
need to do that one day. Just like
Yeah,
read Egghead straight through. I'm sure it's
yeah,
dope if you do
yeah,
that.
yeah. But
So part of the, and I'll say this real quick, and I want to hear your thoughts on the arc, but like this might be the best arc. I still put like maybe like two other arcs above it, but it has an argument to be one of the best
yeah,
arcs, bruh. If you think about backstories, Kuma's backstory is, I mean,
might
if
be
you have
arguably one
one,
of the
then that's your
best.
favorite one.
Yeah,
If you pick one above Kuma, then that means that's your favorite backstory.
it
And
might be
I
one
can,
of the best in One Piece, dog. It really might be. It
dog, it's probably the best. It's probably the best, but I love me some of these other backstories. Like Brooks' backstory to me, bro, is woo, Brooks' backstory is amazing. And I'm sure some folks will pick Law, but like
Yeah,
Kuma's it's top two.
yeah.
Like honestly. So you have that, you have like satisfying moments, which is like when Kuma punches Saturn. We waited, we waited weeks for that moment and it was worth it. Like it
Yeah.
was beautiful. And we have Luffy like straight up in gear 5 for his fights now.
Luffy versus Lucci,
And
great
Luffy
moment.
versus what's the admiral's name?
Who'd you say Luffy versus?
You
Oh,
got the admiral boy.
Kizaru.
Who's on?
Yeah,
Yeah. So like you have great fights. And of course the Gorosei fights and
yes.
like all of that. And then you have like appearances like Kuma and like the giant, the Iron Giant. Like, bro, this arc was amazing. And then the giants show up. You know what I'm
The
saying? Like,
the Giants show up when they were just with Shanks. You know what I'm saying? So the timeline is
you
Shanks
usually
probably.
don't see folks like guest appearance like that for
Yes,
a
yeah.
while. And they're like, oh no, they're just coming at the end of the arc. They're gonna pick up
Um,
the
the
Straw Hats,
what are the clones called?
the
The
satellites,
no, not the Vegapunk clones. The
Seraphims.
Seraphim.
Mm-hmm.
Seraphim, and I'm still holding out. There's an Ace Seraphim out there. I'm calling it. There's an Ace
I don't
Seraphim out
want it.
there.
I don't want it.
Um, them, Bonnie, her devil fruit, realizing what her devil fruit is capable of and what it can do. We get to learn that the other, like a lot of other Straw Hats have hockey. Frankie has hockey. I mean, Sanji is going toe to toe with some of the Gorosei. Like, come on, man! Like, this was an amazing. We get One Piece is a dystopian future. Egghead in itself, like, this is how the world used to look, and now it looks like this 18th century pirate world. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Emu, the Mother Flame. It's just it was great. It was
God
great.
Valley,
God
bruh. We get
Valley.
God Valley. Oh my goodness. There was a lot. There was a lot here. So
I
yeah, man. It's up there, bruh. I look, Marineford is my number one favorite.
mhm.
And honestly, Egghead might be right after that.
I don't
I
know
know
what.
folks, Water 7 and Ennis Lobby is their GOAT.
Yeah.
Marineford is my GOAT, but after that, I might put Egghead over Water 7. And I know
I,
I'm talking crazy. No, I'm talking crazy because that Ennis Lobby fights, the fights they're funny and they're epic and great. And
Well,
that Luffy fight is one of my favorite fights, but I might put Egghead over it.
the great thing about Enies Lobby and Water 7 is there's a lot of like it has a lot of I think it has a lot of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood energy.
Yeah.
And what I mean
Yeah.
by that is like people learning things. You go do this, you find out this, we meet here. What did you learn? You know what I mean? And then like different people fighting all at the same time. I don't know. It's hard to beat. It's hard to beat Water 7 in Enies Lobby. I don't know if I'm where I want to rank it, but Egghead is up there, dog. I'm gonna say this. I think Egghead's better than Wano.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
it's
I
better
agree.
than
And
Wano, and
that is
I
an
like
accomplishment
Wano.
in itself.
Yeah,
That
I
is an
like Wano. I like
accomplishment in
Wano a
itself.
lot. I
Yeah.
think Egghead
I
is
think
better
it
than
being
Wano.
shorter than Wano helped.
Yes,
I
yeah,
think
and
that
I don't
helped.
know if that's Oda learned a lesson. Wano's great, and then when you go back and watch or read Wano, you understand why it's so long.
Yeah.
But it's
There's
like,
so much you have to learn.
yeah, yeah, Ace going to Wano, all that stuff, the history of
It's a
Odin.
great arc, bruh. It is
Yeah,
so beautifully written. If you like get past the fact you reading
there's a
a
lot.
long ass story within a
Yeah,
long story.
I mean,
Yeah.
you gotta get the Odin backstory, Odin and Roger backstory. So there's a lot there, but I think
You get
Egghead
they
being
laughed.
shorter.
You get the Rogers Pirates at Laugh Tale in Wano. And I still put Egghead over it. Ain't that crazy? Sheesh.
Can
So
we talk?
yeah,
Let's
man.
talk about a couple things.
Okay.
One, okay, the robot, the giant robot,
Yeah.
uh,
Emmett, I
uh
believe.
Emmett,
Emmett, yeah, I believe.
Emmett
Yeah.
comes out. Straw Hats. They're trying to get away from the Gorsei. Comes out to save the day. Then we get we get this flashback of Joy Boy talking to him, saying, "I put my hockey in you. I tied it in a knot, and you'll know when to unleash this." Okay, like, okay, what does that mean? Nels, he does it. He does it to save, the Straw Hats. Hits the Gorsei. They go back to Marie Joie, right? This
The
hockey,
hockey.
this hockey gets there, hits Emu. Emu was like having a seizure, like, what? Starts choking. What? First of all, Joy Boy is that strong, and you can
Hold on.
store up hockey and just leave
Hold
it
on.
somewhere?
One other one. We have never seen vice admirals get knocked out by
Yes.
Supreme Conqueror's hockey.
Yes.
Everybody was knocked out.
Everyone.
And I'm sorry, you said it. The emu feeling it all that far away. Like,
Bruh.
we are several arcs away from Marie Joie. You know what I'm saying? Several arcs away. That was a long trip from there to there. And he felt it. Like, come on, bruh.
And not
That
only
was Joy
that,
Boy.
he de-transformed them. They arrived back in their, like, I guess their human forms. Bro, wait a minute. You can store up hockey? You can just
That
leave
can
hockey
last
somewhere for later?
hundreds of years.
800 years? You could just, like, I'm gonna leave this hockey right here. You open it up
But yeah,
later when it's ready.
whenever you're ready, and it will know exactly who to affect. It won't affect the people you want to protect. It'll affect, like, why would you give him that? You clearly knew something was going on. And how did it last that long? And who were you to have that strong of hockey?
Bruh. And so here's the thing. Like, okay, first, Emu's reaction. Was that like, oh my God, this is affecting me, this hurts? Or, oh my God, this is Joy Boy that I'm feeling?
That's a good point. That's a good point. It might be a little bit of both. It's like, oh my God, I cannot believe this hockey's affecting me. It must be Joy Boy.
Mm.
It was probably that.
So that, and then Nails, what, okay, is storing hockey only done with that? Is it only done with tying it in a rope? Because Oda is a madman. From day one, the One Piece logo has had this random rope in it. From day one, it can't. We tell you, there's no waste with Oda, right? It can't be a coincidence. This man is a madman. So let me ask you this: is hockey only stored? Can you only tie it in a knot, or can you put hockey in other objects and items?
I'm pretty sure you can put hockey in other objects and items. For example, Odin's sword
The sword, yeah,
has
yeah.
like,
I
I
guess when
guess
you
it sucks
store
hockey
it,
from it.
when you store hockey, is it like why a knot? Why a knot in a rope?
And then when Nami was in her like 2D 3Y arc where she was with
Yeah.
the weather people, he showed her the knots, and like if you turn a
Mm.
knot, it'll turn like a storm and like other stuff.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah,
like that,
yeah.
so we kind of saw a concept of it during
Mm.
that time. So that was interesting that like he's like, oh well, yeah, you could just store a hockey in there. I mean, but like to the One Piece logo, I'm about to pull it up right now so I can just look at it again.
From
Like
day one, that rope has been there.
it it probably means something, bro. Like I come on, man. It's Oda.
It's over.
It's Oda. And I feel like he said something like, oh, people don't realize there's something in the One Piece logo that like
I
no one
do
has
remember him
talked about or
saying that.
mentioned yet. He said something like that. He's like, oh, nobody figured it out yet. And we're like, what? Is it Luffy? Is it the anchor? Is
No
it
one,
the is
no
it
one
the
was like
skull?
rope, rope.
No one thought rope. What if this isn't the only rope that Joy Boy tied up and left to people?
Yo,
What if like three other people got this rope, or like it's just there? We've clearly seen that it can wait 800 years.
it
Who's to
wouldn't su-
say there ain't any other ones out there?
it wouldn't surprise me if he gave one to the Meeks. I guarantee you that it's probably one on Wano somewhere.
It, if he gave it to the Minx should have used it to for old
I
boy.
mean, it's been a long time. Maybe they don't remember, you know? Like,
I hope so, because if I was one of them and I was like, y'all had this, and you use it with that demon and his army came and slaughtered us, all because of your homeboy who was there. I should have told him.
I should have
Y'all
told on
had
all
this
y'all.
rope. You could have
Dog,
knocked them all out. Yeah, I would have been pissed, bro.
and you know, we see a silhouette of Joy Boy,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like I don't know if it's clear, but people are saying it looks like Joy Boy has a peg leg and maybe a fake arm. The
I mean,
arm, I
maybe
think
you
that
can't really tell with the
yeah,
silhouette.
I
Yeah, I
think
don't know.
I think the leg might be true, but the arm, I think that's just perspective on like, but
Yeah, I mean, he's just skinny, bro. I don't know. Like, we gotta see more. He clearly don't want us to know everything yet. But Oda, look, we're gonna when we ever see Joy Boy, we're gonna look back at the silhouette and be like, he was trying to tell us something.
let me ask you
But
this:
yeah,
how big is the robot compared to the giants?
I think I think they're the same size. I think he's the
Because
size of a giant.
in that flashback, I don't know. To me, maybe I can need to go back. Looks like Joy Boy is smaller than the giant than the robot.
Oh, he's like significantly smaller.
Okay,
Like
then why is his straw hat? Well, I mean, I don't know if that's the
maybe it's
even
not Joe Boy's straw
maybe
hat.
that's not a straw hat. You know. Mm,
Or maybe there's something about the straw hat that it can expand in size. Like, we don't know. We don't know
mm.
nothing about it, bro. Because like, and we also don't know, like, Joy Boy could be a Buccaneer. Like it you
Yeah,
can't really tell
yeah,
from the way it was drawn how big Joy Boy is, but we just know Joy Boy's not a giant. So
yeah. The other two things I want to ask you about when we're closing up Egghead. One was in Vegapunk's speech, he says like the world will be shaped by whoever finds the One Piece.
mm,
And we get this panel. What basically what Oda is telling us, these are the last. These are the contenders. So one of these people is going to find the One Piece.
pretty
And
much.
what did you think about that? There's one mystery person in there, but like everyone who's in there, we get it like Kobe saying Luffy, you have to like stop your dream because I guess assuming he has to find the One Piece. Kobe, little crybaby Kobe is like
Kobe
top
in there.
contender to find the One Piece. Like we're at this point. What do you think about that?
Bruh. It, honestly, my first thought was like, we're getting to the end of the story. That was my first thought. I was like, okay, let's take note right now of who these folks are because the rest of this is about them
Yeah.
and what's about to happen. And it's about to go down. Like that's really what came up. It was just like, oh, this is actually wrapping up. Like he's
Yeah.
finally getting towards the end of the story. So what
Was
about
there
you?
anyone in there? I mean, he had the four emperors. He had Akainu, Kobe, Sabo.
Mm-hmm.
Who am I leaving out? There was the mystery
Dragon was in
person.
there.
Who was that?
Emu was in there. Dragon was in there.
Emu,
Emu was in
Dragon.
there.
So
Mm-hmm.
that might be everybody. Who do you pick is going to find the One Piece? Because I think I know it's easy to say Luffy will find the One Piece, but I'm like, what
Because
if
that's the
Luffy?
answer.
But what if
Because that's
Luffy
the
doesn't?
answer.
What if it's not Luffy? What if it's not Luffy?
Mark,
Just humor
I,
me.
I will entertain you, but I gotta say this. There's not a lot of things I'm confident in life, but okay, I will say the one thing I'm confident in two things. All right. One, my faith. Two, taxes will always exist. But the third thing I'm very confident in is that Luffy will be king of the pirates. All right. I am so I like the sky is blue is how I believe Luffy will be the pirates. You know what I'm saying? Like he's going to be the king of the pirates. Now, to entertain you, my bet is absolutely Buggy. Absolutely Buggy. I actually think Buggy might find it before Luffy. Or Buggy will be there with Luffy. Buggy
Yeah.
might be the last crewmate and
Mhm.
finally like sees Laughtail before Shanks. Something wild
Yeah.
like. But yeah, Buggy would be my besides Luffy, he'd be my second choice. What about you?
I mean, yeah, man. I think it's going to be Luffy. I want it to be Luffy, but I throw this at you: would Luffy give up finding the One Piece if it meant saving his crew? If he was in a situation where like he can go, the One Piece is right there, he can grab it, he can claim it, whatever it is, or he
He
goes
would
left,
never pick anything over saving his crew.
and that's what I'm saying. Like if we get a situation where Luffy's like, it's not worth it, I'm saving my crew. That's the only reason why I think someone else could claim it.
Giving up for the moment to save the crew is one thing, but he won't stop. And his crew
Hmm.
won't have him stop going after it. So
Yeah,
it might stop him in that moment, but he's never going to give it up completely.
I
Like,
got you. I got
and
you.
his crew are so ride or die. We talked about this. The
Yeah.
crew is so ride or die for
They're like,
Luffy.
what are you doing? Go get the One Piece.
They will put themselves out of commission to make
Yeah,
sure Luffy can go get the One Piece. So
yeah.
yeah, I think he'll eventually get it, but he may not
Okay.
be the first one to get
Let
it.
me ask you this: who is this mystery man or
I
woman? We don't know, but who's this
I
mystery
think
person?
well we know they got the same sword
Shanks.
as Shanks. I think it's Shank's twin brother. Like I think it's the leader of the now new leader of the Holy Knights. Like Shank's brother or cousin or someone that looked like Shank that's probably as nasty as Shanks. And because the current leader of the Holy Knights is old, there's
Hmm.
probably a young whippersnapper who is leading the Holy Knights, and that's gonna be the person that Sabo or Dragon have to go against to
Yeah.
like, beat
Now,
the celestial dragons.
and like, there's been some pushback against this. I don't know how it plays in the anime, but you and I talked about this. When Shanks goes to talk to the Gorosei, we never see his scar side of his face. Oda likes to play games. We never see the scar side of his face. I don't remember how it plays out in the anime. I haven't gone back to that, but in the manga, at least, we never see the scars. So,
That would be wild though, if you think about it, that Shanks has a whole ass twin that rocks his hair and goatee just like his infamous pirate brother. Like that
but
it
but bro,
can't be that. It can't be that.
but bro, like we've talked about this. Like, what is Shanks like? Why is Shanks just rolling up to Marui's?
It
Like, why is
it
he
would
just
make
walking in
it
and
would
talking
make
to the
so much
Gorosei?
sense if it wasn't Shanks. Because
Yeah.
that makes no sense if you think about it.
Like, what is Shanks like? What business does he have there with them if it's not his twin brother?
It's the one thing that's confusing about Shanks. If you
Yeah,
think about everything else Shanks does, you're like, okay, there's probably something to it. But it's the one thing like, yo, how can he just walk up in there and there be no repercussions? And so it not being him in the first place makes a lot of sense.
yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. So
So that, and then the last thing, man, before we wrap up, I want to ask you, who is this silhouette of this person who I assume is on Elbath saying, "Come on, then," to
the
I assume the Straw Hats and whoever wants to come to Elbath. Who is this?
the only thing I think it is like I'm sure is in one random cover story, I think it was like Decks of the World or something like that. Crocus was talking to some mystery character who was drinking and had like a Wano style straw hat on.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks just like whoever this person is.
Mm.
So I think it's whoever it is cool with Crocus, which probably means it's a good guy. And it might even mean it's somebody that was on Roger's crew.
Do you
So
think I've heard people say it's who's the only other guy to escape from Impel Down? Um,
Shiki,
yeah. Do you think it's him?
I don't know much about Shiki. I don't think it's Shiki. I mean, it probably looks a lot like Shiki, but I think it was somebody on Roger's crew.
Because
Because why would
we've only seen
Shiki be cool
Shiki.
with Crocus?
I don't know. We've only seen Shiki in a movie, and the
Mm-hmm.
movies aren't canon. So I don't know what Oda intends to do with Shiki. I don't know. I have no idea who this is. I have no idea who this person is.
And
It's,
we're not gonna find out
we're
soon.
not.
I know some of you all who are reading this and you're like, can't wait till next week so I can know who that person is. Oda will either immediately tell us, or what I think, we won't know until Luffy is about to get beat up by whoever the big bad is in Elbath, and he shows up and it's like not to him, and we're
Yeah,
like, oh, it's so and so, and then we get a long backstory. That's what I think is gonna happen.
dude. I mean, and then we get Lilith saying that well, she's like, technically, because Luffy's kind of upset he couldn't save Vegapunk. She's like, well,
Mm.
technically he did. I'm Vegapunk, and then there was there was a line. I don't know if it was Sanji or Usopp. She's like, aren't you the evil one? Like,
That was Usopp. Yeah. Yeah.
aren't you
Yeah.
the evil one?
And it looks like the other parts of Vegapunk are merging into her, so she's now going to be like
Yeah,
a
it's like
better
all the
version of a
like she
Vegapunk.
is now the new Vegapunk. Like,
Hmm.
so that's pretty interesting.
And we're gonna
Um,
need to find out what happens with Kuma and Bonnie. So we're like
yeah,
we're almost done because I think one of them is gonna be a Straw Hat. The
yeah.
Vegapunk, the Bonnie, somebody. If it's not gonna be any of them, then
And
who knows?
One Piece has a history of these like honorary straw hats. These like straw hats for like like Carrot, and stuff
Hmm.
they're just down for the crew, and then when they get to a point, they go do their own thing. So we never know, but yeah, man, we got some good stuff coming our way.
Yeah, and we'll probably have another one of these pretty soon because we're gonna see what's going on in Marie Joie. Elbath is gonna start, and we still need to find out who Croc is. So and Robin. We still
Oh
gotta
man,
find out who Robin is.
yeah,
So
Robin. And
yeah,
speaking
we'll
of
probably be
Robin,
tuning in soon.
I'm excited in the manga to see because she needs some joy in her life. Robin reunion with Saul, like
We could
it's
all
gonna be
use a
nice.
little bit of that. We
Yeah,
can all use that. I just hope it's not riddled with trauma and mystery. Because Oda's
yeah.
like, I know you want to see that, and you gotta earn it. I just don't want that. So, but anything else, brother, before we wrap up?
Nah, man. I mean, look. I'll say this. I'll say this. I think I said it before on this show. If you are thinking about getting into One Piece, now is the
Now is the
time to
time.
get into One Piece
Right now.
because once we find out what the One Piece is, you'll never have this experience again. You'll never be able to experience an anime like this again. There will never be anything like One Piece ever again. One Piece started in a time where you can make these 300, 400, 500, 600 episode animes, have these long arcs. Anime is very streamlined nowadays. Stories are very streamlined nowadays. There are there are animes that have started years after One Piece has started and are now done. MHA just ended.
Folks inspired by One Piece
Are now
like,
done
oh my
with
goodness,
their stuff.
because of this, I want to do manga. Then they go do the manga. Then the manga is amazing. And then they have stopped, and One Piece is still going. What is that, bruh?
There's a great, I don't know if you've seen the meme of like regular show, and it has all the regular show people, and it has Skips. Skips is immortal, so it'll be like Bleach, Naruto, all this, and Skips, it says One Piece, right? And then it goes and it has all these gravestones, and Skips is still there, and it says One Piece. Now what the meme is done, so it has all those gravestones and Skips, and there's another one, and there's another Skips next to Skips, and it says One Piece remake. Both next to each other, and all these other animes are dead.
You know what's crazy, Mark? There are still folks out there. I used to be one of these folks. There are still folks out there who have never watched One Piece and are like, I don't get what's going on. Why in the world are they remaking an anime that's still going on? And they just have no idea.
They don't get
And
it.
little do they know that if you watch One Piece or if you read One Piece, you know that that makes complete sense.
Yeah.
And they should absolutely do it. And you're gonna watch it,
Yeah.
even though you watched 1,000 episodes of the other one. You're still excited to watch this new one. That's wild, bro.
I saw a video and I was like, yo, this dude is speaking facts. It was like one of those, what's your anime hot take?
Mhm.
And it was like, One Piece isn't too long. When people say One Piece is too long, it's cap, because you watch 3 different series of Naruto, you watch this, and this, you watch DBZ. When you add it all together, it's just as long as One Piece. I was like, yo, it's speaking facts.
I'm telling you, if it was One Piece, East Blue, One Piece, New World,
Yeah,
One Piece, Grand Line, like if they broke it up to 3 different series,
it'd be more.
it would have been a lot more. That's
Yeah.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
That's Dragon Ball. So yeah, I 100% agree with that. So all right, bro. Well,
Yep.
it was great talking to you, and thank you for listening, Pop Cult. We have a new episode every month. You can find us on all social media at Pop Cult Parent, POPCULTPARENT. Visit us at www.popcultparent.com. Become a member of the Pop Cult at our Patreon, patreon.com/popcultparent, where you can see all of our full video episodes. Email us at popcultparent@gmail.com. Don't forget to rate us, review, and subscribe. And as always, join the cult.
Peace.
Peace.
Pop